live across America. Mike Horn and Paul Stern and What's Cooking on CRN Digital Talk Radio.
Hey, welcome to the big What's Cooking program, the nation's food, wine, restaurant, travel, and entertainment show. I'm Michael Horn. That is Paul Stern.
Hey, good to be with you, Michael. An exciting edition of What's Cooking Today in store.
Hey, we got, among others, Steve Evans is going to be here to kind of recap the big weekend of movies. Lots of good stuff. I saw that Night and Day movie. It's a great film. Tom Cruise, Cameron Diaz, excellent acting, fun movie. It's a good one, but I don't think it's doing that well in the box office.
Boy, Tom Cruise and Cameron Diaz, that could lead to a little interesting action there on screen.
Yeah, it's pretty good, I'll tell you.
A little chemistry, perhaps.
Yes. Also, we'll be talking hot dogs today. Paul Stern and yours truly doing the hot dog taste test, and we'll have an update on this Coney Island Eating Championship. You were actually scheduled to cover that for us, Paul Stern, but apparently you just did some visual work on that and have some sound bites for us.
Well, I tuned in at 12 noon Eastern Time for the festivities, and indeed the participants were there on time. And I think from pretty much everybody's observation, everything went as kind of anticipated.
Yeah, Kobayashi rushing the stage. We'll find out about that. He did not have a contract. Joey Chestnut getting 54 hot dogs down for another big win. And then this, right after this, and here's a serious thing. I'm glad they were not eating bison meat because there's been a bison meat recall due to E. coli. There's about 66,000 pounds of bison meat that was processed by a Colorado company is being recalled after the federal agriculture officials linked it to E. coli sickness. Now, U.S. Department of Agriculture says Rocky Mountain Natural Meats, that's in Henderson, recalled the ground and tenderloin bison after it was linked to sickening 5 people in Colorado and 1 person in New York. The USDA says the meat was sold to stores nationwide between the period of May 21st through May 27th. The sicknesses were reported between June 1st and June 4th. Now, here's the deal. All the products included in the recall have establishment number EST.20247. That's inside the USDA mark of inspection. So if you find the USDA mark of inspection, see if it says EST and then 20247. There you have it. I'm just checking if you froze some or whatever. Check it out, and you can go to USDA and get all the details at their website.
Very interesting stuff, and of course one of the old factoids that I think we mention at this time each and every year. On the 4th of July, the biggest hot dog sales day each year.
Oh, 4th of July, huge. And that's why I had this really quickly put together hot dog, not eating contest, but taste test between Hebrew National and Nathan's, ladies and gentlemen, to put it to rest once and for all. Who has the best hot dog? And I had some of the best hot dog purveyors and eaters. I had you, I had Eric Horn, I had Steve Evans. We'll be talking about that. We had some of the greats that were really tasting some of the prime hot dogs prepared, and they were all prepared the same way. Even though Herb Shaw, the handyman, was there, just kind of messing things up, complaining about the way they were being prepared, and annoying the particular chef in one instance. That was kind of a highlight of the party. And even though Herb was there, he was sort of like a judge to make sure everything was done just right. And you actually shouted out, Paul Stern, no olive oil. Then you got real quiet after you saw what happened to Herb. You don't question the grill master. You got very quiet. You didn't care what was rubbed on your hot dog. The chef is one of those guys that will do weird things to the meat if you're not careful. You don't want to shout at the chef.
No, you got a tip, I know, some years back from Paul Prudhomme about putting olive oil on hot dogs. One that I don't necessarily agree with, but it's quite fine, obviously.
I'll tell Mr. Prudhomme. and I got one from Fred Beaton many years ago about the use of garlic, and apparently Herb Shaw likes to kiss the behind of Fred Beaton, forgot about that, and complained about it to me. It's quite. We'll talk about it on today's show. Stay with us, coast to coast on CRN.